Hello and welcome. Let's begin with one honest truth. Overthinking is silent, but it's deadly. It doesn't make noise like anger, it doesn't shout like depression, but it kills your joy slowly, quietly from the inside. And the worst part, most people don't even know they're doing it. They just think they're being careful or being smart or being prepared, but they're not. They're stuck, paralyzed, lost inside their own mind. Why this topic is so important right now. Today's world is loud, fast, overstimulating you. Open your phone and you're instantly bombarded by information, comparison, judgment, pressure. You were already thinking about what your friend said yesterday. Now you're thinking about what that stranger posted online. Then you start wondering, what if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I say something wrong? What if they misunderstood what I said yesterday? What if I miss my chance? And before you know it, you're sitting in your room doing nothing but mentally exhausted, as if you've run a marathon. That's the trap of overthinking. It drains your energy, it steals your confidence, it ruins your sleep, it damages your health, and worst of all, it stops you from living. You want to start a YouTube channel, you overthink. You want to start speaking in English, you overthink. You want to send a message to someone you care about, you overthink, and by the time your thoughts settle, the opportunity is already gone. Overthinking is a thief, and if you don't stop it, it will quietly steal your future. Why do we overthink? We overthink because we want control. We think, if I just think about this long enough, I'll find a perfect answer. But life doesn't give you perfect answers. Life gives you choices, and you move or you miss them. Overthinking is a lie the brain tells you. If you keep thinking, you'll feel safe, but all it brings is fear. So now let's talk about how to escape this mental prison, not with cheap tips, but with real, powerful, life-changing solutions that will stay with you forever. This video won't just help you stop overthinking, it will also improve your English, your mindset, and your entire life. Let's begin. Solution 1. Your mind lies. Let's begin with the most powerful truth. Your mind lies, not because it wants to hurt you, but because it's trying to protect you in the wrong way. Your brain is not built to make you happy, it's built to keep you alive. It will always prepare for danger, even when there is none. So you start thinking, they didn't reply, maybe they hate me. He looked at me weird, maybe I said something wrong, I failed once, maybe I'll fail again, I feel bad, so maybe something bad is coming. But all of this is just noise, it's not truth, it's fear. Here's the truth, you don't know what others are thinking, you don't know the future, you don't know how something will end, but your mind acts like it does. It creates false stories, then punishes you with them. That's why the first step to killing overthinking is this: stop trusting every thought. Not all thoughts are facts, not all feelings are truth. Your brain might lie to you, but you don't have to believe it. Once you realize this, you take your power back. Let me tell you a true story. Harry Houdini was the world's most famous escape artist. He could escape from any prison, any handcuffs, any chains. One day he went to a small town and said to the police, "Lock me in your strongest jail, I will escape in 30 minutes. They locked him in. Houdini smiled. He had done this many times before. He took out a small tool hidden in his belt and started working on the lock. He tried again and again, left, right, up, down, but the lock wouldn't open. 30 minutes passed, then an hour. He was tired, sweating, angry. Finally, he gave up. He leaned against the door, and it opened. The door was never locked, it was only closed, but Houdini believed it was locked, so he acted like it was. The lesson: overthinking does the same thing. Your mind says, I can't do it, I'll fail, they don't like me, I'm not good enough. So you don't try, you don't move, you don't speak. But just like Houdini, you are trapped by a lie. The door is not locked, you are not stuck, you are not weak. It's just your mind telling you a false story. Your thoughts are not always true. Don't let a lie control your life. Push the door, break the thought. Your freedom is waiting. Solution 2. Catch the storm before it grows. Overthinking doesn't explode like a bomb, it begins like a whisper. A small, quiet thought enters your mind, you ignore it, then it comes again, then it grows. Arms, legs, a body, a voice, and before you know it, it's shouting in your head, and you feel helpless. The only way to break the cycle is to catch it early. The moment you realize you're overthinking, say, this is not helping me, I'm not solving anything, I'm stuck, I need to stop. Now that single sentence is a sword, it cuts through the noise. It's like stopping a train before it picks up speed, because the longer you stay in the thought, the deeper the trap becomes. Imagine you sent a message to someone, they didn't reply. Thought 1, maybe they're busy. Thought 2, maybe they're ignoring me. Thought 3, maybe they're angry. Thought 4, what did I do wrong? Thought 5, why does this always happen to me? Thought 6, pain, guilt, anxiety, and the truth, they were just asleep. That's it, but your brain wrote a full movie. That's why catching the first thought is everything. Interrupt the spiral before it begins. Solution 3. Empty your brain before it overflows. Have you ever seen a cup overflow? You keep pouring water, and at some point it spills everywhere. That's what your brain does when you don't release your thoughts. They pile up one after another until there's no space left, and suddenly you feel heavy, but you don't even know why. So here's the solution: write them down. Take a pen, take a notebook, and write. Exactly. Sometimes your brain just needs space to breathe. Not every thought needs to be perfect or polished. You don't have to write for anyone else, just for yourself. Thoughts feel loud and overwhelming when they stay in your head, but once you write them down, they become quiet. Grab a notebook and put it all on paper. What you're thinking, why it matters to you, what you're afraid of, and what you hope for. The moment it's out, something shifts. You feel lighter, clearer, because you've stopped being a prisoner of your own thoughts. This isn't just journaling, it's a mental detox. It's a survival tool. If you don't release your thoughts, they'll show up as stress, anxiety, and even physical illness. So let them out. Your peace is hiding beneath them. Let's talk about one of the biggest traps of overthinking, the question, what if? It seems innocent, but it creates fear. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I embarrass myself? What if I never succeed? These thoughts pull you into a future that doesn't exist. You start feeling pain, rejection, and fear over situations that haven't even happened, and might never happen. Imagine a student who wants to speak English in front of others. Before he even opens his mouth, his mind starts screaming, "What if they laugh at me? What if I mess up? What if I sound stupid?" Nothing has happened yet, but in his head, he's already failed 10 times. So he stays silent, and his confidence dies a little more. That's what if does. It kills your courage before you even try. But the truth is, what if is not your reality. It's fear pretending to be a question. Don't let it steal your chance to live. Here's something surprising. Overthinking loses its power when you say it out loud. As long as it stays in your head, it feels real and strong. But the moment you speak the thought, "I think I'm going to fail," or "I feel like nobody cares," you start to hear how irrational or exaggerated it actually sounds. Your brain reacts emotionally, but your voice brings logic. For example, say out loud, "I think I'll be rejected from this job." Then ask yourself, "Okay, and what if that's true?" You'll probably respond, "I'll feel disappointed, but I'll try again." Suddenly, it doesn't feel so scary anymore. Speaking the thought out loud helps your brain process it logically. It turns a vague fear into something you can handle. So next time you're stuck, speak the thought, listen to it, and ask yourself, is this really worth all this fear? Most of the time, it won't be. Another major cause of overthinking: the need to be perfect. We want to say the perfect thing, make the perfect decision, and create the perfect plan. But because nothing feels good enough, we end up doing nothing at all. Imagine a girl who wants to start a YouTube channel. She's passionate and full of ideas, but she tells herself, "What if my background isn't good enough? What if my English isn't perfect? What if people don't like me?" So she waits. One day becomes 1 month, then a year. Her dream fades, not because she wasn't good enough, but because she was trying to be flawless. The truth is, perfection is just fear in disguise. People don't connect with perfect, they connect with real. Real words, real mistakes, real effort. Nobody becomes great by being perfect, they become great by starting. Progress matters more than perfection. The world doesn't need the perfect version of you, it just needs you. When overthinking strikes, your instinct is to sit and figure it out. But that's the trap. The more you sit, the deeper you sink. Thinking harder doesn't give answers, it gives exhaustion. Your brain becomes gridlocked. But here's the powerful truth: your body is directly connected to your mind. When you overthink, your body becomes tense, frozen. You stop breathing deeply, your muscles tighten, and you enter survival mode. That's why movement is a game changer. Not for fitness, but for freedom. Move your body, and you shift your state. Get up. Walk around. Stretch. Jump. Wash your face. Clean your room. Dance for 30 seconds. It might feel silly, but it works. Movement interrupts emotion. It pulls you out of your mind and brings you back to the present. You're not fixing your life in 5 minutes, but you're stopping the spiral, and that's enough. Overthinking feeds on inaction. It loves when you sit and plan and hesitate, but never do. It tells you, "You're not ready. Just wait a little longer." But the truth is, you don't need more thinking. You need movement. You need momentum. Let's say you want to speak English, but you're scared of making mistakes. So you keep preparing and thinking, but never actually speak. Instead, take one small action. Speak one sentence. Record your voice. Write one paragraph. That's it. One small step is more powerful than 1,000 perfect thoughts. Because it tells your brain, "We're doing this." The longer you wait, the scarier it becomes. But the moment you act, the fear shrinks. If you want to apply for a job but feel overwhelmed, just open your laptop. Write the first line. Save the draft. Tomorrow, write the second line. That's how you beat overthinking, one small step at a time. Lastly, don't let time trap you. Many people think clarity comes with waiting, but often, waiting just creates more confusion. You ask yourself, should I send that message? 1 hour passes. Then 3. You've written and deleted 5 versions, and now your heart is racing. You feel more stuck than ever. Why? Because when you delay a decision, your brain keeps circling the unknown. It wants to escape uncertainty, so it keeps looping. But clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from action. The solution? Set a time limit. Give yourself 10 minutes. Decide, then move forward. Not because you're being reckless, but because indecision is poison. The more you delay, the harder it becomes. The faster you choose, the sooner you can adjust, grow, and move on. Sometimes the peace you're searching for isn't waiting at the end of a perfect plan. It's waiting at the end of a decision. Let your brain breathe. Your thoughts are loud, constant, relentless. But when you write them down, they quiet down. You don't need to make sense or be poetic, just let them out. Why you're afraid. What you're hoping for. Why this moment feels heavy. And somehow, after it's out, you feel lighter. Not because the problem is gone, but because the pressure isn't only in your head anymore. This isn't just journaling, it's survival. Because unspoken thoughts don't stay quiet, they become stress, anxiety, illness. Let them out. Your peace is waiting underneath the noise. Solution 4. What if doesn't exist? Let's be real, most overthinking starts with 2 words, what if? What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I embarrass myself? But the thing is, you're living inside a future that hasn't even happened. You're feeling pain from a movie your mind made up. A conversation that never happened. A mistake you haven't made. That's the trap of what if. Take someone afraid to speak English. What if I mess up? What if they laugh? So they stay silent. And over time, that fear kills their confidence and their dream. But here's the truth. What if is not your reality. It's fear dressed up as a question. Stop letting it control a life you haven't even lived yet. Solution 5. Say it out loud. Overthinking grows in silence. Say the thought out loud. I think I'll fail. I'm scared they don't like me. I feel like a fraud. Now listen to it. Suddenly, it sounds smaller. You hear how irrational it is. When it's just in your head, it feels huge. But your voice brings logic. Say it. Listen. Ask. Is this thought actually true? Is it helpful? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Solution 6. Let go of perfect. Perfection is a beautiful lie. It says, wait until it's flawless. But really, it's just fear with makeup on. You delay your dreams because you don't feel ready. You wait. 1 month becomes 1 year. And your idea, your passion, dies. But no one connects with perfect. People connect with real. Messy. Honest. Trying. Stop waiting to be perfect. Start now. Start small. Start rough. Progress beats perfection every time. Done is better than perfect. Solution 7. Move your body. When you're stuck in your head, don't sit there, move. Your body and brain are connected. Overthinking paralyzes you. So shake it off, literally. Stretch. Walk. Clean something. Jump. Not because it's fitness. Because it interrupts the storm. Motion changes emotion. Solution 8. Do one tiny thing. Thinking more won't save you. Doing will. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just take 1 step. Say 1 sentence in English. Open your resume. Write the first line. Take a breath. Start the email. 1 action is more powerful than 1,000 thoughts. You don't need the whole plan, you need movement. Solution 9. Set a time limit. More time doesn't always bring clarity. Sometimes, it brings confusion. You're stuck thinking, should I? You wait. You replay. You delete and rewrite. Hours pass. You're more anxious than ever. Instead, give yourself 10 minutes. Ask, what do I want? What's the worst that can happen? Will this help me grow? Then decide. Because peace comes from choosing, not overthinking. Solution 10. Focus on what you can control. You can't control everything. Not people. Not outcomes. Not the past. So stop suffering over what's not yours to manage. Put your energy where it matters. Your habits. Your mindset. Your actions. Your breath. Let go of the storm outside. Build peace inside. Solution 11. Not everyone will like you. You worry. Did I say too much? Do they think I'm weird? Why wasn't I invited? You overthink because you want to be accepted. But not everyone will like you. And that's not a problem. It's a fact. When you stop trying to be liked by everyone, you start being you. Ask yourself, do I like who I am becoming? That's what matters. Solution 12. Progress over perfection. Waiting until you're perfect is just fear in disguise. You say, I can't start yet. I'm not ready. But what if you never feel ready? Perfection delays. Progress builds. Every pro was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker once stumbled on every word. Start before you're ready. Learn as you go. Imperfect action is still action. Solution 13. Speak it. Question it. Replace it. Your head says, I'm worthless. Say it out loud. I believe I'm a failure. Now ask, is that true? Really? Is there proof? Or is it just fear talking? By exposing the thought, you shrink it. You begin to replace it. I'm growing. I'm learning. I've made it through worse. Solution 14. Trust facts, not just feelings. You feel nervous, so you assume you failed. You feel ignored, so you assume rejection. But feelings aren't facts. They're signals, not truth. Pause. Ask, what do I actually know for sure? Not how you feel, what's real. That's how you stop the spiral. Solution 15. Ask for help. You smile outside. You say, I'm fine. But inside you're drowning. You think, I don't want to bother anyone. I should handle this alone. But your shoulders weren't meant to carry this alone. You're not weak for asking for help. You're human. Even the strongest need support. Even the happiest cry. Asking for help isn't failure. It's courage. That's what asking for help is. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's saying, I care about my future more than I care about my pride. Whether it's a friend, a teacher, a family member, a therapist, or even a stranger who simply listens without judgment, speak. Reach out. Let someone hear the storm inside you. Because sometimes one conversation, one reply, one small moment of connection can stop a lifetime of silent suffering. And even if they don't have the answers, just the act of speaking lightens the weight. You are not alone. You were never alone. You were never meant to fight every battle in silence. Help is not far away, but you must take the first step. Say the words, I'm struggling. I need support. I don't want to go through this alone anymore. You'll be surprised how many people truly care. And even if no one listens, I will still say this to you. You are strong, you are important, you are not broken, you are just overwhelmed, and that's okay. I believe in your healing. I believe in your courage. I believe in your future. So take that step. Let yourself be seen, heard, and helped, because you matter. And now you've heard it all, 15 powerful, real, human ways to stop overthinking. Not fake advice. Not cheap tips. But deep emotional truth written for you, not for the crowd. And as you watch this video, something meaningful happened. You didn't just learn how to stop overthinking, you began a journey back to yourself. You remembered that your thoughts are not facts, your fears are not the future, your mind is not your enemy, and your life doesn't belong to your past. And even more than that, you took a step towards something greater. Because here, on this channel, you don't just improve your English. You don't just learn grammar. You don't just listen to sentences. You learn how to heal, how to grow, how to become the strongest version of yourself, and you do it in English, step by step, word by word, day by day. So if this video touched you, if even one part helped you, if you felt seen, understood, or supported, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Leave a comment. Remind someone else that they are not alone. And most of all, subscribe, not for me, but for you. Because this is your space, your story, and your journey has just begun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for feeling. And thank you for choosing healing over silence. Now go, live your life not inside your thoughts, but inside your truth. You are free now. You are not your overthinking anymore. This is your beginning.